Here's the Instagram. This bear travels. Is that what it is? Yeah, this bear travels. Scotty David traveling around the world as much as I can. And he put up New York City, New York. I can now tell everyone that I was a juror on the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Been an incredible, surreal experience, and I guess it didn't put the rest of it. But the state does not offer therapy, unfortunately. But I see a therapist regularly, so have had some help dealing with the stress from this case. Oh man! And there's pictures, right? Shortly thereafter, 50 predictably deleted his Twitter account and his Instagram account. He also appears to have deleted his Facebook and LinkedIn accounts. A second juror admits to disclosing during deliberations that they were a victim of sexual assault. During his press tour, Juror 50 revealed in interviews that he was not alone in revealing to jurors that he was a victim of sexual assault, describing to a reporter that a second juror also disclosed that they were a victim of sexual abuse. On January 5th, the New York Times published an article confirming Juror 50's statement, reporting that a second juror described in an interview having been sexually abused as a child. This juror, who requested anonymity, said they too had discussed the experience during deliberations that the revelation had appeared to help shape the jury's discussions. To date, this juror has not publicly revealed their identity, and Ms. Maxwell does not know who it is. Bro. Holy shit. All right. This guy's is fucking comedy. All right. As you guys can see. All right. I don't really have words for this. If I was the case agent on this case, I would be fucking livid. Because let me tell y'all something that they're not going to tell you guys about being a federal agent. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, because I've been in a trial before. Many agents have never been through trial before. 98% of cases, guys, plead out in the federal court system because they're facing such extensive time. But guess what? I went to trial. You guys want to know what it's like to go to trial as the case agent? You guys want to know? It's a fucking nightmare. You want to know why? You become the AUSA's bitch. Okay? I'm going to say that again for y'all. When you go to trial and you're the case agent, you're the one that arrested the guy, you wrote the affidavits, you put this fucking case together. When it goes to trial, power shifts, baby. You are now the AUSA's bitch. Anyone that has been to trial, that is whether you work for FBI, DEA, ATF, Homeland Security Investigations, OPR, OIG, I don't give a fuck. If you go to trial, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anybody here that's an 1811 knows what I'm talking about. If you go to trial, you are the AUSA's bitch. It is your job to gather the witnesses, to make coordination of witnesses, to get them prepared, to go find witnesses, to go fucking, you're going to be there during all the prep. You're going to have all the documents ready. You have to prepare the agents that are going to testify, because 9 out of 10 times the case agent doesn't testify himself, right? Most of the time the case agent does testify himself. But if you're the only agent that knows the case, then guess what? You might have to even testify, so you have to prepare yourself. You have to go get all the other agents that are involved in the case, get their asses involved, and get them to testify. Oh, when are you free? I got trial. I need you guys available. Oh, man, I got a Ocean case. You got to fucking get them involved. And then on top of that, another thing too, yo, if any of the agents that worked on your case got in trouble, maybe they got a part of an internal investigation, maybe they got in trouble for some other bullshit, maybe they have some issue in the past, administrative issue, whatever, that all comes to light at trial, guys. All that stuff comes out, and it's your job as the case agent to get all this stuff ironed out with the AUSA, so that when the AUSA goes to trial, it's a smooth road, baby. They can go and present the case. You basically have to give the AUSA the sword so that he can fight in court. Okay? So if a case goes to trial, guys, it is a nightmare for the case agent. So I can only imagine You know why I'm eating this popcorn, laughing at this fucking juror? Because I already know the nightmare that the case agent's probably going through, the AUSAs, the entire the whole FBI field office, every agent that was involved in testifying, putting that case together. From, I know FBI New York was involved. I know FBI West Palm Beach was involved because we read the FBI reports. I know FBI New Mexico was involved. Like, all these field offices were involved and had to travel to provide testimony. The detectives from the Palm Beach County had to come in and testify. The detectives from NYPD had to come in and testify, because remember, a lot of these cases were state first. Okay? So this is, I can't even explain to you guys the amount of work that goes into a jury. Nobody on fucking YouTube could probably tell you guys, because I've done it. I've been through a trial as the case agent. It is a nightmare. So I can only imagine the turmoil that's going through right now the FBI New York field office, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, etc. Because more than likely, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't go fuck. She's gonna get a retrial, bro. She's gonna get a mistrial, because off this alone, you got 2 jurors that are on interviews admitting that they told the other deliberators, hey, this witness's testimony is bullshit because I'm a victim myself and I can actually remember things or whatever. Bro, this is a clusterfuck if I've ever seen one. This is like a fucking, like, I don't know what this is. This is like a godsend for Ghislaine and her defense team. They're just like, this does not happen, guys. This was a huge, huge fumble, man. Huge fucking fumble. And this juror, bro. Oh, man. Yo, this juror is in trouble. Because here's the thing. Even if she gets the trial again and, you know, she gets found guilty or whatever, it's going to take time, guys. It's going to take time. And it's going to take an enormous amount of resources, you know? So, man. And then here's the other thing. You got to get all those witnesses to come back and provide testimony again. And then they might give different testimony from the first trial. Man. I'm getting, bro, I'm like legit getting like flashbacks when I went to trial of like what I had to go through to put it together. And here's the thing, guys, my trial was a human smuggling case. It was nowhere near as complex as this. I had like 6 or 7 witnesses, all law enforcement, no victims, no none of that. Okay? I could only imagine a case like this that has the press coverage that it has the amount of agents that had to testify, the amount of victims. The victim testimony is the worst, because you got to bring them in, you got to get them ready. They're on there crying and shit. Like, oh, man. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see if I need to go through here. So okay. So this is what happened here, right? So so now I'm going to pull up for you guys what ended up happening, what the final decision was from the judge, okay? And the judge basically found this, and we're going to summarize it for you guys so I don't put y'all to sleep. But I just so here's the judge, Allison J. Nathan, right, the district judge. United States of America versus Ghislaine, as you guys can see. Here's the case number again, etc., all the stuff. So let's just go here to the bottom, all right? Because she wants a new trial, okay? So we're going to go, and we talked about a lot of this stuff already. She had to write this long-ass fucking thing explaining. So here's the conclusion, all right? For the reasons stated above, so she's not going to get a new trial, but what she, not yet, but what she is going to get, guys, is this, because this pretty much is like a formality that's needed before the new trial. For the reasons stated above, the court will hold a hearing regarding Juror 50's answers to questions 25 and 48 of the questionnaire. Okay? The public proceeding will take place on March 8th, 2020 at 10 a.m. Juror 50 is hereby ordered to appear in courtroom 906 of the Thurgood Marshall United States Courthouse, 40 Center Street, New York, New York, at that time and date to give testimony under oath in response to the court's questions. Counsel for the defendant and the government are ordered to submit via email proposed questions in accordance with this opinion and order on or so March 1st, 2022. So ordered. And this was filed on February 24th, 2022. So he's going to go and he's going to have to answer questions, guys, under oath. And what I think is going to happen, I'll give my predictions here as I'm looking through this. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here for y'all. Christina, can you pull up chats real quick? That anything that might have come up. Yeah, so the defendant, so this is basically this is basically like the defendant has not, so the defendant, guys, is Ghislaine. So what Ghislaine's defense, guys, so let me tell you the strategy of what her defense basically did. Her defense was like, yo, this is a miscarriage of justice. We need a new trial, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want the juror to be able to see the questions that he answered because they didn't want him to be able to be prepared for when he comes in for the thing. So long story short, the judge was like, no, it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to see his questions, and, because it's going to waste time that, because I'm going to give it to him in time or whatever. Like, no, he's going to be able to see the questions beforehand. We're going to do the hearing, and the government is allowing the hearing to happen. The government understands that there was a huge fuck up here, and they're going to let the hearing happen on a limited basis. But what I think is going to happen is this fucking guy, my prediction is this. He's going to go in there with counsel, okay? You guys know what that means when you go in there with counsel, huh? He knows he's in trouble, all right? He knows he's in trouble. So what's probably going to happen is they're going to bring him in. They're going to swear him in. They're going to ask him questions. He's going to say, I plead the fifth. And he's probably not going to, if he's not an idiot and his counsel's not an idiot, he's going to probably not answer any questions because answering questions is going to incriminate himself. He's already fucked up a bunch of times by saying, oh, I didn't know that they asked these questions, right? Which you guys read before. And then another one, he said, oh, I just sped through the questions. I didn't even pay attention. What? So which one is it, bro? And on top of that, you knew you were doing a sex trafficking case. You knew that the questions that they were going to ask you about your experience to your past with being sexually abused or, being a victim of a sex crime would be material to you being allowed to be a juror or not. And on top of that, I ain't gonna lie. You know what the defense is going to do for Ghislaine? They're going to paint him as a clout chaser that lied intentionally to go ahead and get on a large scale case so that he can go on social media and get personal gain. That's what the defense is going to do. And here's the thing that sucks, guys. They're probably, if this works out the way I think it is, she's going to get a mistrial, and they're going to have to redo everything again. And that's going to be a nightmare for the U.S. government, okay, to put this case together again and argue it again, okay? And remember, as a defense, all you have to do is show a little bit of reasonable doubt, bro. So they're going to have to do jury selection again, everything. And I ain't going to lie. The fact that there were two defendants in here that lied, that were actually victims of sexual abuse or victims of a sex crime, there was no way they could be partial, which absolutely goes against the Sixth Amendment right that you have in the United States to be judged by your 12 of your peers that are impartial and looking at the evidence versus their own personal biases, bro. So this guy wanted to clout chase and fucked up this case, and this woman might get a chance. Do I think she's going to be free? No, she's probably still going to get found guilty, whatever. But there's a good chance now that I would say it's a 50 to 70% chance that she's going to get another trial, guys. That's how high I think it is. A 50 to 70% chance that she's going to get another trial, which would be a nightmare for the U.S. government to prepare a case like this again. As complex as this case is. No, a mistrial does not mean she walks free, guys. It just means she gets another trial. She gets another trial. Can you break down the Glock 9 and Hot Boy RICO case? I can. It's a state RICO case, though, guys, which state cases are a pain in the ass to get. But yeah, guys, that's the latest with this case right here. March 8th is going to be the hearing, and I willing to bet, bro, he's going to go in there with his defense attorney. He ain't going to say shit. And if there's a mistrial, if there's a mistrial, all I got to say, next day, FBI, open up! And they're going to go get his ass too, bro. I would be fucking pissed. If I was the special agent in charge for the FBI field office, and he comes in and he says, I plead the fifth, I'm not talking, I would be fucking talking to a U.S. attorney. We need to prosecute this guy. Because they need to make an example of him. They need to make an example of him. Like, you cannot get on a jury for a big case and then go to several media outlets, do interviews, get this clout, put on Twitter, put on Instagram, all this shit, get this fame, and fucking abuse the justice system for your own personal gain. They're 100% gonna go after him. I would be shocked if they didn't. The special agent in charge is probably losing his brain right now. The U.S. attorney and the SAC are probably like, what the fuck? You have to go after this guy. You have to. He fucking lied. And not only did he lie, he gave a child abuser a chance, bro. That's the problem. So, hey, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have this popcorn here. Okay. This guy, juror number 50, he fucked up big time.